Hello everybody, it's ID1 here in today's video. We are back with another video today on scary horror stories. In this video today, I'm gonna be telling you guys 3 horror stories I made today. I made sometime this morning. Hope you all enjoy them, and I plan on making a couple more of these videos. So a lot of people are starting to like these, so might as well make a couple more of them. Also, like I said, if you guys really enjoy these, like, let me know. Because, like, I might actually do quite a bit of these since a lot of people are liking them. Um, so here's 3 horror stories I'm gonna tell you guys, and hope you all enjoy. The first one I'm gonna tell you guys is called Home Alone Horror Story. I worked at a job where I didn't get off till about 10 at night. So I get home to shower and go to bed. I was about it was about it was about 12 at night. I had to get to work at 8 a.m. and repeat the same schedule. So when I got home, did my shower routine, all of a sudden I heard this strange noise coming from my kitchen. I shut the shower off to go check it out, and there was nothing. I thought the noise could have been from creaking inside of my house. Could have been creaking noises from the inside of my house. I went to bed. I went to bed to the bedroom to change and go to bed. About an hour had passed. I heard another noise that sounded like footsteps coming from the living room. I got up to go check it out, and the same thing like the kitchen, no one was in there. So my mind feels excuse me. My mind feels like playing tricks. I went back to bed and back out to the bed, and morning came around. Got ready to go to work, did my job, went home, got to bed. I fell asleep before midnight. Something woke me up like a feeling. So I looked around. So I looked across my bedroom door when I seen a shadow walk across past my room. I got up to see what it was. I heard the sound coming from up the stairs. Sounded like talking, as if someone was here. I got to the top of the stairs the top to scan the top when I seen 2 pairs of eyes staring back at me. I could see the outlining of their bodies in the dark. I quickly ran down the stairs to get the phone and called the police. I hid in my room and locked the door. It and locked it. As the police got there, they investigated the whole house and said they had been living in there. They had set out a change of clothes. What looked like to me like they was staying in your house when you were gone at work. Another thing the police noticed is that there was a couple of pocket knives. My heart sank knowing they were both going to kill me at some point. There were no signs of them, no word if they got caught. The only thing I did learn from this I won't forget to lock my windows to my I for well, holy cow, I'm sorry guys. One thing I did learn from this I forgot to lock my window to my bedroom door is how they got in. I for one lock every window and door in my house. This is a reminder, always lock up. You never know who could actually be inside your house when you're not around. Okay, that was the first story I did. The next one I got here is called Night Drive Horror Story. I was on my way to see a friend that lived 5 hours from where I lived. I worked the night before I went on the road. On the drive, it was getting dark. I was going through a part of town where only a few houses and trees. About 3 minutes in, I got a flat tire. I stopped on the side of the road. I got out to check the tire. It was flat. All right, I said. I looked at the back of my trunk of any. Look at the back of my car. Looked in the back of my trunk of my car to see if I had a spare tire. There was no spare. There was no sign of one. I looked back and forth of both sides of the roads to see if anyone was coming. I got in my car and called the cops to get some help, and told them the situation. They told me they'll send me a couple of policemen on their way. So I sat in my car to wait. About an hour had passed. I passed out for about 30 minutes. I woke up to scan my surroundings. It was pitch black out to where you couldn't see much. I looked around to see I looked around and seen a figure standing in the dark. He walked to my car. and started and started at and stared at me. Holy cow. I am sorry, guys. Walked to my car and stared at me. What I saw through his eyes was fear. He tried to open my car passenger side door, but it's locked. He walked to the driver's side and tried the same thing, opening the driver's door. It is locked. He then went around and stopped at my trunk. He stuck his hands in his pockets like he was shifting something. He pulled out a gun. About a minute the cops police sirens were coming up behind me. The man quickly ran past my car to run into the woods. When the when the police came, they brought a tow truck. Well, the two cops uh, all the two cops tried to go after the man. They lost him. I told the police what had happened. The police said they saw him pull out the gun and ran to the woods. As we came out, I called my friend to cancel the visit and told him what happened. The tow truck took my car while the police took me home. I will never forget that night, or what that man was doing out in the middle of the night, or what he could have done to me. All I know is that it wouldn't have been good. Okay. This is the last one, called the Pizza Delivery Horror Story. We got Pizza Horror Story now. I worked at my local Pizza Hut as a delivery driver. We got a phone call just before closing time, when I wanted to when all I wanted to do was go home. So I thought maybe I might get a good tip. So I got in my car and put the address on my GPS and drove to the destination. It was way far out of town. I looked, it was out of the middle of nowhere. Whereas I'm driving to the destination, sure enough, I was right about the place being out in the middle of nowhere. I arrived in just a few minutes. When I got out to bring the pizza over to the place, I knocked on the door. I noticed the house was a beat up trailer home. I knocked on the door the second time and there was no answer. I was confused. I listened for a few minutes to hear any movement inside the house. So I called the address and heard a phone ring coming inside the house. I was getting irritated and shouted, "I have your order. I have your pizza order." Started to hear movement coming the other side of the house. When I heard psst, psst, looked over on the side of the house. It was on. It was an older lady in her late 30s. She was holding a knife in her hand. Come over here. I want to show you something. I was frightened when the guy at the door brought out a gun, ready to shoot. I quickly dropped the pizza and ran for my life. As they both were laughing at the matter, I called the police and told them everything. The officer said they would have a couple of police officers on the way. I drove for like a couple minutes when my car stopped. I got out to see what had happened. My back tire had been slashed. I sat in my car, locked all doors, waiting for the police to show up. I noticed the back of my car had been slashed. Sorry. I sat in my car, locked all doors, waiting for the police to show up. When I looked at my mirror, I sat in my car and locked all the doors, waiting for the police to show up. When I looked at my mirror, noticed the lady with the knife was standing in the middle of the road. She gave me this smile that sent chills to my spine. The police show not a second later. Went to go to the house to investigate. No one was there. The house had been abandoned for about 6 months. I don't know where they went, but I know that this is a story that I will be telling for the rest of my life. Lucky me, I took a different job in the mornings. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do a couple more horror story videos for you guys. Like I said, I do these myself, so I kind of write these by hand on another big piece of paper and just kind of like create my own thing. I might take a few notes or like borrow a couple ideas from other channels here and there, but I pretty much put everything in my own words. So, like I said, if you guys like these videos, let me know in the comment section below. I really kind of enjoy doing these. So, post the comment section below. And if you like this, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe as always. And I'll see y'all in the next video. And goodbye.